All right.
Everything's falling around me, but I'm here. Everything's
It's
crumbling.
raining here. It's
Is it
raining
really?
in L.A. Yeah.
It's raining in L.A. Sorry.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
I was trying to do that, but I switched it to it's raining in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had such bad rain here the other day, and I was driving back from Long Island, New York, to Philly. Oh, my God. Every 5 minutes, they're like, flood watch, flood watch. And then I'd be like, what flood? And I'd hit a puddle and I hydroplane. I'm like, oh, that flood. Whoopsie.
You got to just keep going. Keep going on through.
Yep. Hell yeah, I did.
Build an
Keep on
ark.
trucking.
I got big, exciting news, Eleanor.
I'm excited.
I made an Instagram handle. It's the first step.
Mazel. Happy
Yeah.
Hanukkah-ish. Over.
I haven't
But whatever.
posted anything, but I made the handles ready to go. So that's the first step.
What is the handle?
It's the same as my Twitter. It's at the Jeff Danis.
My brother Johnny is going to be so excited that he gets to bother you on Instagram.
Tell him I'm ready. I'm ready to talk dirty to him all the time.
Johnny's going to be so mad. I feel like he probably thinks I'm doing this intentionally because I'm like, oh no, we're doing a podcast on Wednesday and I didn't call Johnny and invite him. You know, he wants to be on so bad. And I'm like,
he does need to make a cameo.
Johnny Fax has to come in. But it just, everything gets so crazy. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta, and I forget to. He doesn't live in the neighborhood. Not my fault.
We got a good holiday episode today for Christmas and New Year's.
Yes, this is a beautiful way to end the year. Is this?
I went online. I did, but I went online. Everything seems to be a series now. So I was like, I don't have time. You know, if I have to plan for that. So like, I was just looking. I was like, oh, it looks good, and I was like, oh, it's a series. Oh, that's a series. And so then I saw this, and I was like, all right, I'm in. Somebody actually did recommend this a while back, too.
Okay.
So this is, what's this called? Monster Inside America's Most Extreme Haunted House.
When I heard Monster Inside, I was like, oh, is this about me? But then I was like, okay, the haunted house. Scary.
Oh, you thought it was
my documentary
your life,
coming
maybe.
out. Yeah.
It'd be scary if you didn't know it was coming out.
Like this guy. I wonder if he knew it was coming out.
This is about a world I don't know. I know nothing about. You ever heard of this?
Not at all. Not at all. I know that there's like horror junkies, and they, go to like haunted houses and try to find the scariest one. But to me, this is different. This isn't a haunted house. Like we grew up going to Brigantine Castle haunted house in Jersey, and it was a scary, like I know I've told this story a million times, but it was like a scary castle, and they made it. People would come out, get real close. Charlie hit a guy. I'm pointing because he's in the bathroom. Anyway, right next to me. Hey, Charles. So, but yeah, it was like crazy. It was, but it was scary. And then my niece, there's a prison here in Philly that they make a haunted house. And my niece worked it. And it was scary. It was, people get real close. But that's it. You walk through it.
But those
you don't have to
are
sign
like
anything.
actual haunted houses, whereas it seems like there's this guy, Russ McKamey.
Yeah.
He owns a place called McKamey. He said he's the owner and creator. Did you notice how he said that? I was like, what
Big
the
creator. Yeah.
Creator of McKamey Manor. He calls it the world's most extreme haunted house. And I guess it started as like he would have like neighborhood kids and they would work it and like jump out and scare people.
Right.
But then it just turned into
That's
him
normal.
Straight up torturing people, and he just puts it all on YouTube. Like there's nothing really that's a haunted house about this. It's just him torturing
Exactly.
people.
That's why I'm saying it's like misdirected. Like you're saying, people like horror, and all the people in it like, oh, I liked horror movies. I do this. Like my niece Alexa loves horror, but I don't think she would do this. I'm gonna have to ask her. This could be secret thing.
I love a lot of things, but I'm not like, oh, I should go try. You know, like I like watching a lot of different stuff, but I'm not like, oh, I have to go do that. Like, I don't get the need to do this at all, really. I really had trouble grasping.
Same. Would you even watch it, though? I wouldn't watch it, I don't think.
Oh, on YouTube? No.
Yeah, like these videos, apparently they go viral and people are like excited, like everybody's watching me. It's
just people screaming and like it just
people are watching you gasp for air and then jerking off. Like that's the only thing I could think of that they're doing.
I would hope that that's what they're doing. I don't get why YouTube has such strict rules. Like you can't. There's language stuff you can put on straight up torture now. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. I say cunt, I'm in jail for 2 years. And then these guys are like, oh, let me tie you up, put you underground, and put shit in your mouth. And then they're fine.
And they're like, we got ads for that. We can run ads on that video. That's great. What are
the ads? What are the ads for that?
It's like for mouthwash, probably. Maybe some bleach or some Tide, maybe detergent. I don't know. It's
some kind of oil pulling mouthwash to get all the toxins out of your body. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It opens with they show a woman and she says it's like a voiceover. They're showing like kind of creepy images. Yeah. And she says, from very young, I was obsessed with horror. And she's like, I thought it would be fun to survive a horror movie. But every horror movie has a monster. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. But by the way, who's like
not surviving a horror movie? who has died filming a horror movie?
But who thinks it's fun to survive the plot of a horror movie? Who's like, you know what's a good time? Like being put through hell and then being like, yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, so being able to survive the plot of like a real live situation. Yes. I see what you're saying. Because the way she said it, I was like, most people survive if they film a horror movie.
No, she means like the what's going on in a horror movie.
Yeah. Now I see what you're saying.
But that's very specific. Eyes. She means like a horror movie that could be real, not like Chucky or
right.
Friday. You know, like she means a horror movie like Hostel or one of those like, crazy ones.
Like a real situation. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he kept.
But who's like, you know what I need? That's what I need to do. That's what I want. I don't get it.
On the Russ guy, you don't get, or on the people?
Both sides. I don't get either side.
Yeah, same. Because whoever was like, oh, I want to sign up for this. I'm not saying you deserve, but you signed up for it. I'm with people that say they signed up for it. That's what you wanted. You happy now? Like I feel like I want to be a parent that's like, you happy? You did it. Now you did it. You happy with your decision?
Careful what you wish for.
You little shit, I don't know.
This is called it's called an immersive horror experience, which again I've never heard of. I don't even like a regular haunted house. Like I won't even go into like I'm good. I don't need it. Don't want it.
People we've gotten kicked out. Yeah, it's awful.
I jumped at Baby Barb's holiday school performance yesterday because the mic had loud feedback out of nowhere, and I jumped like 2 feet off my chair. I don't need this.
Do you have that thing? What's it called with the ears with the sound? I mean, I'm not calling you autistic, but you know what I'm talking about. That it gets to a certain pitch and they can't handle it.
No, I'm not a dog, but no, it was just loud and like out of nowhere.
There's an actual thing. I can't think of what it's called, but yes. But people have it. When it gets too loud, they get like freaked out.
No, I just jumped. It scared me because it was just like it was so sharp and out of nowhere, and I was like, ah! And I just jumped up in the air.
You're
like,
such a sissy. I love it.
Yeah. So any of this, I would not be down with this. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. But that's my thing is who would? It's the very special type of person who wants in on this.
Yeah.
And we find out later kind of that they have some holes they're looking to fill.
And there's a lot of people that are into this kind of shit. Like, I know there's sick people in the world and, they're into creepy shit or whatever. But at one point he said he had a guest list of like 20,000 people waiting
27,000? I don't know if I believe that, but he says 27,000 person wait list.
I was thinking, like, is he making this shit up just to make it seem, you know how we hype shit up to sell tickets like I do online.
I think he's P.T. Barnuming on YouTube, like, you know how many people want in here? He's promoting. His tagline is, put yourself inside a horror movie, which again, I'm like, it's not selling me. I'm out.
He also called it a boot camp. It's like a boot camp. Like, no, that's not good. Nobody wants to sign up for a scary boot camp. Boot camp's hard enough.
I'll give the guy this. He's found a loophole to legally torture people and video it. Like, obviously, this is what he wants to do, and he's found a way to do it.
He's going live. Like, he's doing it. Yeah, even that lady was like, there was one lawyer or I don't know if she was a lawyer or a PTSD specialist. I forgot her name already. But anyway, she was saying, like, he definitely has a little bit of a loophole, but on these videos, a lot of times people, and I'm jumping ahead, I apologize, but people are saying stop, and he's not stopping. So
she said you can sign. She said you can sign a release, but there are still ways.
Certainly for the other people to.
It doesn't. They're like, that doesn't cover everything. Like, if you sign a release and then you like are put in a state where you like obviously you're like not really aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Or you're saying like, all right, I'm out. Like, that doesn't mean that the release isn't all encompassing of like, oh, you signed a release, I can do whatever I want. Yeah. But people don't sue this guy. I don't know why. I don't think anyone's sued him, at least until now.
Not yet.
And no one's died, which is shocking as well.
Well, but this is the other part of, you signed up for it. You went through a medical exam. You went through, to get into this place. You do all this stuff, and then you go through it, and then you say it's torture. It's like, but
he also, though, he says if you make
medical.
This guy says if you make it through, I'll give you $20,000. But it's obviously he's just not going to let you make it through. Like, it's such a fake prize.
Course. He only
and people
did
are like, I'm gonna win, but there is no winner. He's not letting anyone win.
I don't think the whole thing was 20,000 you were gonna win. I think it was only a little bit of time he did that, but people were just doing it initially just to do it, just because they wanted that experience. The $20,000 he did that later on. That was more of a ploy to get more people, wasn't it?
He might have, the 27,000 must have been. He must have gone through them all. He needed more people. I need to do a contest. This guy is like the Willy Wonka of perverse, sadomasochistic.
He's like the
insanity.
evil Biff. He's like the evil Biff from Back to the Future. That's who he reminded me of. Like,
this guy
that guy's
sucks
so sweet looking. Yeah, the real Biff.
Hate this
I can't think of his name. Oh, he's terrible. He's terrible, and he's a pussy. You can tell. Like, he likes the control. He likes to fuck with people. He was in the Navy, but still, it's like, no, bro, you're using your tools. Everything they taught you, you're using it wrong.
Where's the footage of him doing any of this shit?
Exactly, Jeff.
He's just behind the scenes. Like, you put yourself in there.
Yeah.
They showed a woman. They kept showing clips of people, like, as they were going, of people, like, going through this. And there's a woman who says, I'm leaving McKamey Manor. Thank God. Do not come here.
Great commercial.
But I think that people, they take it as a challenge. They're like, oh, I'm going to do it. Like, she didn't do it, but I'm in.
Do not come here means, please come here. Please come here and witness this. It's so good. It's so much fun. You're going to love it. It's sick.
Ugh. Russ was, as you said, in the Navy. What do you think of his glasses in the Navy? He had like Andrew Dice Clay, Elvis, huge glasses in that picture they showed.
Very confident. He wanted to show people he's confident. He could wear the TV sets on his eyes. I forget who used to say that about Andrew, but they were like, oh my God, Dice is wearing like TV sets on his eyes. They did look that big sometimes.
He's got a strong neck to hold those TVs up. They showed Russ in his Navy band singing his hit song, "I Really, Really, Really Like Girls."
And pizza. It was a pizza party. So, of course, I'm immediately going back to that one that was the pizza place with the band. I was like, these should have been the guys in there.
I really, really like girls. I was like, what a shitty
Please
song.
come to my torture chamber. It's fine.
Yeah, years later. It's the
Sicko.
light side of this guy's early fucking...
He knew it was leading
weird.
up to it. Sick fuck.
They kept interviewing his ex-friend, his cameraman, they said they're best friends.
Is this the W.P. West guy?
No, this is Chris with a K.
Oh, yeah.
He said originally the manor was an awesome thing, but then it got on Good Morning America and made all the news. And then Russ was like, I have to keep one-upping it. I have to keep going, keep pushing it. And it got crazier and crazier and crazier until it just
once you get that, that's, again, the adrenaline of that. Like the hook of that. Like, oh, man, it's getting bigger and bigger. I got to do more and more to make it even crazier. I don't know.
Not only do you need the medical clearance to do it, you also sign a 40-page waiver.
Holy shit.
40 pages.
So you have to get a lawyer for that?
No, remember they just like seat you on bleachers. I need a lawyer. They seat you on bleachers and they're like, look forward. They're like, don't look. And then they make you sign. But who's going to read 40 full pages?
Sitting on a bleacher in a playground, like, what should I look back? No, I can't look back. Let me see if I can read this real quick. You know what? I'm a little nervous. I'm just going to sign it. And then, but the medical clearance, like, who does the medical clearance? You know what I mean? Is it a real doctor?
He takes you into like a basement. Probably him. I don't know. The cameraman's like, we have no medics. There's no EMT. Like, if someone has a heart attack, they're dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing.
You don't have any of these people on hand, and yet you're saying that they're getting cleared and all this other shit.
The cameraman breaks it down. He breaks down the haunted house scene. He says there's like 4 levels. You got the Boo haunted house, which is like what we were talking about. Anybody can go to that. They were almost saying it was like a real hack. Like any loser can go to a Boo haunted house. Lowest level.
Yeah, if you don't want to sign a 40-page document or get your blood levels tested, then you go to that little shitty thing.
He's like, then you have your more extreme haunts without actors touching you, but they get close, like kind of it's one level up. Then you get into the immersive where they can tie you up. That's a good time. Who's not into that?
I am.
Then you go to the immersive extreme, full contact. No topic off the table, longer and more intense, more narrative and task-driven to make you face what you don't want to face.
It's so dramatic, but it's. I mean, he is honest and saying what they're gonna do, pretty much.
What we saw though. The clips, nothing. There's no narrative. The clips are like, I'm going to shovel mud in your face until you can't breathe. How's that a narrative?
Exactly. Like, but it's his narrative, and he's like, I just want to see how far I can go with these people. Then he was, I think he was just getting off on it. The control, the adrenaline of, are they going to die? Is it like, could I bring a person back to life after I kill him? I don't know. Like, if he did.
Well, they're also showing a lot of these are like attractive women. Most of what they showed us in the clips, there were some men, but it seemed like he really enjoyed doing this torture to these women. That seemed to be like his thing.
Yeah. And the whole time I'm just okay, he killed somebody and then he fucked the corpse. This is where we're going. The whole time I'm like, this is the narrative. Okay. So let's get to that. And then it never got to that. And I was like he didn't kill anybody so far.
The cameraman said you could tell when he had a new girlfriend because he makes them do like he brings them in every day for this. It's like, that's how he treats a girlfriend?
Hey, man, that's his sex life. And he's doing it in the open. He's doing it in the open. How creepy was he? With a contract. That's fucking
with no
crazy.
Condom. In the clips, how creepy is he when he talks to the women like off camera? When he's like, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, you feeling good? Like, is this guy jerking it behind the
Definitely.
This is bizarre.
He doesn't need a condom.
So,
he puts duct tape over his cock and just leaves the little hole out so he can shoot.
I expect him to be wearing a gimp mask. Like, they go back to him and
Exactly.
you're like, look at this guy.
Yeah, this is just a S&M thing that he's doing here. This is insane.
How he skirts the law is that you don't have to pay to do this. All you have to do is donate 4 cans of dog food or a bag of dog food for an 8-hour experience. So the fact I think that no one pays him is like you can't really sue him. So I think it's just donation based. Did he have dogs? They didn't say that, or is he just pouring the food on your face?
No, I think he was using. Yeah, I think that was like. Because for a while, some of the things I was seeing, I'm like, is he shitting in somebody's mouth? But you could use dog food like that. One time, my brother Charlie fell asleep, and Johnny will kill me if I don't tell this story right, but I think it was New Year's Day. I don't remember exactly, but Charlie fell asleep. We did it to him so many times because, by the way, this house was like the mansion sometimes. We would do wild shit if you were sleeping to the person. No documents were signed and no medical anything. But we put all this shit in Charlie's mouth because he was asleep with his mouth open. And I think it was Billy or Johnny. Somebody put horseradish. And Charlie woke up. Ooh. And he got so mad. There was a bunch of stuff, by the way. But horseradish was like the one that woke him. And then he jumped up and he went, "Who shit in my mouth?" And I was like, wait, does this happen a lot?
What? What kind of shit has he tasted before that it tastes like horseradish? That's some spicy.
It was so funny. He just yelled out, "Who shit in my mouth?" And we were like, what the fuck?
Interesting first place to go with that.
But apparently some wild shit has gone on. But yeah, if you fell asleep and they were home, you were fucked. So yeah, this kind of
turns into Russ McKamey.
This gave me some PTSD myself.
Do you like the taste of that horseradish? Oh yeah. Russ also tries to get the fans watching live going. He'll be like, "Oh, she's doing a great job. Oh, look at this. She's really killing it." And he's
she's
like,
a rock star.
"All right, get in that goddamn cooler, bitch." You're like, "Whoa, what the hell happened there?"
Why do they use that too? She's a rock star. Like, what the fuck? She don't look like Mick Jagger in there. I mean, in the fact that maybe she needs like dialysis, like what you're doing to her. What is a rock star? They're rock stars. I'm like, it looks crazy. It looks like you're torturing somebody on fucking live, whatever. You think it's live YouTube or live Facebook? Probably live YouTube.
I don't know. I want to get on there and be like, "Russ, yeah, torture her, Russ. Come on. You can do it."
I want to cheer him on too. What if we became cheerleaders? We'll be cheerleaders for him. We'll be covered in dog food. Our pom-poms will be whips, and we'll just whip people. Russ, he's our man. He can't do it. No one can. Is that a real cheer?
They have Make-A-Wish kids who come in as special guest torturers. So they're like, all I want to do is torture some women who are in their mid to late 20s. This is like the cable access version of The Running Man. It's like, I want to see someone like pretty much put to death.
Yeah.
This is where you want to be an influencer? Welcome aboard, everybody, to YouTube fame.
Well, back to that, the influencer, the thing that everybody's like, well, this is like the people that are being interviewed are like, I'm going to gain a lot of followers. This could go viral. Like all these words are new words to us that are making us crazy. Like I every day I have to check my dumb social media to be like, did I go viral today? Like it's so annoying. I didn't know I could just shovel shit in my face and then go viral. I guess I should. But
what do you do?
Maybe I'll do that on stage.
But say that does go viral. What do? You tour with someone just shoveling shit in your face? Like what?
Yeah, me and Russ. Russ is my opening act. He goes out and tells everybody what's going to happen, and then I come out and he tortures me the whole entire time. That'd be great.
They say
catch us on tour.
There's no quitting, no safe word. You either complete it or he breaks you. And I got news for you. This guy's Drago. He breaks you every time. No one finishes. If he dies, he dies.
The only one that finishes is Russ. Probably in the mud he's throwing on your face.
Ugh. Brandon is a dude who was in the military. He did 3 tours in Iraq.
This broke my heart.
He says if a felony is not going to be taking place at a haunted experience, he doesn't want anything to do with it. That's a good bar to set for yourself.
That's a pretty good bar. That's But remember that comic Jeff that used to come around the store? I forget his last name. He was great, but he was a Marine and he was also in Iraq. And he had the PTSD really bad. And a lot of people were afraid of him. But I would talk to him all the time. He was like, I like you because you're real. You're real on stage. You're real. And then out of nowhere, he'd be like, you're real. You're real. And he's like, I had to kill a lot of women and children. And I'm like, whoa. But you know what I mean? So Iraq fucks people up, right? When that war was just so bad. And now this guy is leaving there and signing up for this. I'm like, how fucked up is this guy? That's bad. He must need something.
This guy's in a dark place, and it's very clear he needs a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
Which is weird, though. They have a therapist in this who's like, this sort of thing can be good. And I was like, it can? How could this be good for the guy?
Maybe not for him. I mean, maybe for him in that he needs that adrenaline of getting, he said, and I'm jumping ahead, but he said, where is the edge of the cliff? Or have I already gone over it? Because he really was trying to get that high again. Because in Iraq, he was like, you stay here, you're safe. You go out, you're in danger. You're crazed. You're fucked. Anything could happen. And so here, it's he's doing it on American soil, so it's slightly safer, but still what he's doing is
can he skydive crazy. Can he do something else? Deep water dive like the documentary we did earlier in the year? I mean, it just seems like there's other ways to do this.
Exactly, but they showed that people like to deep water dive, people like to do this, people like to do that, all that stuff. But sometimes there's always people out there that's like, this isn't enough. It's not enough.
Then
we do it every day. It's not enough. Never enough.
Then there was another woman who did this, and she said, this is the woman who wanted to be a YouTube star. She just wanted to be on the YouTube game. She was motivated. People were like, don't do it. She's like, well, I'm going to do it. You'll see. And, how did that turn out? How'd that turn out for you? I don't think very good.
Again, they want that fame. Fame is a hell of a drug. Fuck cocaine. Fame is crazy.
Yeah. It ain't got nothing on Rick James.
Right?
In the waiver, it says your hair can be chopped off. They can take out your teeth. There's some good stuff they can do to you here.
Is there a dentist in here?
Oh, it's just Russ with a pair of pliers. Insane.
He's like my father. My father would be like, oh, your tooth hurts? Let me pull it out. And he'd pull out pliers. Oh, it's terrifying. That's a real thing people do.
The Brandon guy sadly said, I need that kind of punishment. It's something I deserve. So he clearly has demons that he's trying to exorcise. But again, I don't know if this is the right way to go about it. This guy said when he came back, he was so he had so much self-hatred, he started just giving away parts of his body, donating organs.
Fucking freaked me out because I'm like,
so basically he wanted to die, but he was like, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to basically try to
that's
get rid of
the slowest death ever.
I was like,
half his liver. He gave away half his liver. He gave away a kidney. I'm like, dude, what? Are you at least selling this in the black market or something? Get money for it? But
it's clearly he just hates himself. He's like, I need to give. Oh, I was like, oh, man.
He's like, I got to get rid of everything, and I can't clean the inside of me, so I'm just going to give it away. I'm going to have a garage sale of my organs. That's frightening.
Or have Russ beat me with a rake in his backyard and film it. Russ blindfolds you and puts headphones on you in the car, and then he has babies screaming, crying in your ears, so you're just completely disoriented.
Oh, my God.
Good times. Yeah. 8 hours. 8 hours of that.
This is what I'm saying. Like, so he gets them so disoriented that their brain is mush. So, and he was asking them, some of them questions like, hey, who was the first president? And they couldn't answer like a common sense question. And, I shouldn't say common sense. Some people don't know. But, like general things like what's your name? Yeah. You're so fucked up you would forget. So how could they remember a safe word? How the hell would they be able to be like, I'm done, Dixie cup, whatever the fucking safe word is.
Russ, during one of the clips, he says, you want out? And they're like, yeah, please. He's like, good. That's what I like. Like, look at this disgusting sack of shit.
You just see his cum shoot through the live because he came.
This guy's not young, by the way. This is an older man. This isn't like a young guy. This is like a 50 to 60-something-year-old man.
It's so weird.
It's a young man's game.
A very young man's game. And he's staying in it.
Russ whips out the straitjackets pretty early on in the torture. He puts chains over it. Then he waterboards you. A little waterboarding for let's have a little fun. Let's do some light warm-up.
When he was dunking the guy and or the girl, I think it was a girl. Oh, no, it was the Iraq guy. It's funny because he was dunking him and the guy goes, I'll just chill out and it'll be over soon. And I swear to God, I live by that because my brothers used to do that fucking dunk thing, like that in the water, and they'd hold you under. And I'd be like, just don't breathe. Hopefully you'll die or it ends soon. Like if you don't retaliate, they stop.
My brother would do that to me. He called it the washing machine.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yes. I hated it.
Side to side. Put you in a faux Nelson. Just go side to side. You just can't breathe at all. Just gasp.
Or if you're like swimming and they just stand on your back, like if you're underwater and then they stand. That's always a fun
Sounds
one
like
too.
Some of your brothers may want to work at McKamey Manor for a little bit, little internship. They had the one lady who was scared of spiders. He knew that, so he was putting a huge tarantula on. I was like, this is over the line. The lady seemed like she was going to have a heart attack.
He would have sued me if that was me in there, because if he put that tarantula near me, anybody in that room is dead. I will kill every single person in that room. That girl doesn't even know what fear is. I would have fucking killed him. I don't care if my hands were tied. I would have figured something out. I would have figured out how to use my vagina, like get my clit to shoot him in the eye with some venom. That's how I would have flipped the fuck out if that happened to me.
Well, what's great is he's yelling at her, stop crying. You're going to upset it. Like the spider. Hey, you're making the spider feel uncomfortable. Not the other way around.
His spidey senses are off. Oh,
you're hurting my spider's feelings. I was like,
no, I couldn't watch that. I couldn't watch. I turned away. I'll deal with putting mud or dog shit or whatever he was doing. But fucking spiders, hell no.
There was the one guy who was a professor, I think in like Idaho or somewhere. Did not look like a professor at all. He goes by Dr. Deviant, so I don't know what kind of professor he is.
That's the guy giving the medical exams.
He studies deviance and leisure, and his whole thing was like, this is a cool scene. Like, but basically, like Russ went too far, but we do need this. This is good stuff. Like, don't judge it too hard. I was like, what?
Yeah, be nice to him.
Dr. Deviant.
Dr. Deviant. Yeah, don't be too hard on him, man. What he's doing is the Lord's work, but he might have gone a little too far, but it should stay. Didn't he get kicked out of Illinois too? Did I hear that wrong?
Yeah, Russ's manor has been kicked out of a few different places. They're like, yeah, we're not interested in you being here. So he had to leave Illinois, and he just packs up and he goes somewhere else. And they say he has, I think the money he made in the Navy made him so much, or wherever he has money, so he's retired. And this is what he does with his time. Great retirement.
How much money?
This is what Holtzman does in his retirement. Similar.
He would do this. He would do this in a heartbeat, Holtzman.
Yeah. Oh, eat that dog food, bitch.
Yeah. Is that good? Is that good, Alpo, bitch? You want my Alpo, bitch? Show me the hole. Show me where the shit comes out. What?
Hey, Russ, I want to work for you. The other lady who did this had an abusive mother where she was put in foster care.
Right.
So that's her. Like, this is basically like how people get into comedy. It's like, oh, what's your back? What's your origin story? Why do you hate yourself? Why do you do this? She said, I do these things to prove I'm strong, I'm a survivor, and I can get through a lot of shit. But you already did. You did that with your childhood. Why are you doing it now? Stop. Yeah. You're on the other side.
I gotta see if I'm truly on the other side. I gotta test the waters, and I gotta go and see how far I can go.
When do you need to stop testing? You've tested enough.
Yeah, you're over the cliff, bitch. Stop.
Put the pencil down. The test is over.
Test is over. Pencils down, heads up. Yeah, fuck that. These people are sick.
One of their medical experts said all torture has psychological effects. And I was like, really? I didn't.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, of course. That's like the dumbest
I think that's the lady I'm talking about. I was like, yeah, of course it does. Are you insane? Any kind of torture. I had slight torture growing up.
And it had psychological effects.
Yes. Look at me.
The one woman who had the spider, she went there, and they say Russ was so manipulative that after the fact, you're pissed at him, but then he like turns you into his pal. She started running his YouTube, his Facebook, and basically was like PR of like, I went through it. It's not that bad.
She goes, I was his little assistant. And I was like, what the fuck?
I was
That's
like, you
Stockholm
hated
syndrome, bitch. Yeah.
You hated it. She's like, yeah, let me be unpaid on the staff for some dog food. Sounds great, Russ.
And she was the one that complained the most. Yeah.
Yes. They said Russ has a thing for breaking down military guys because he was military himself, to be like, look at me, I'm kicking this guy's ass. By the way, he's beating people up who are handcuffed, who can't fight back. Like, how is that being tough? Like, you're just fighting defenseless people.
Look at me overpowering this person that I tied up and duct taped and this, that, and the other thing. Like, so stupid.
Hey, Russ, I could be undefeated against the guy in a straitjacket. I don't care who it is. I think I do pretty well.
It's like his little UFC. He's the champion.
I'm 24-0 against people who are defenseless and groggy from 40 hours of torture. He broke somebody's ribs, concussion, swollen eyes. His other thing is he likes pretty, vulnerable women. I was like,
they're already vulnerable. If they showed up, they're vulnerable. They're already there. Yeah,
and he's like, you know what? I'm going to double down on that. Here we go.
Yeah.
He seemed like they were always like kind of scantily clad. I don't know if that was his thing or their thing, but like it seemed like the women were definitely dressed a certain way. A lot of them.
Like sometimes that rockabilly look, like with all that does look kind of sexual, but that's not. I mean, that's not what they're intending. I don't think it's like they want to look like dolls. I guess
might be what he is. I didn't get this part because they don't say why or how this happened, but the cameraman, he's torturing the cameraman, his longtime friend. And he has him in this like medieval like helmet keeping his face in place, and he's just pouring mud over the top of his mouth, and he's like, I can't do it, Russ. And he's like,
is it mud or is it shit?
Who knows? And he's like, you can do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think you're my best friend?
And the guy's like, no, man. But hey, buddy, dude, please. And he's trying to like use words like buddy and dude, like, dude, we're boys. Like, why? It's me. Snap out of it, And he wasn't snapping out of it. And he kept pouring it on him. That's fucking crazy.
That's when that guy quit. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
That was it. That was the last straw. It happened to me, and I stood up for myself. But watching other people through my lens, fine, no problem.
I went to film school, and this is what I intended to do with it. Film people being tortured.
It's like a mob rat. You were an affiliate, you fucker. You what are you doing? Now you're going to fucking do, because it happened to you, now you're going to complain? I don't like it. I don't like it.
There's this guy, Justin, who wanted that 20 grand badly. So he goes to the manor. He's like
best.
He's talking shit to Russ. He's like, and Russ is getting pissed. He's like, shut up. Shut your mouth.
I don't think he really understood what it was about, but he probably was thinking torture, like, a haunted house. Like, I just got to not be scared. So he put himself in the mindset of like, all right, I'm just going to be strong-willed, speak back, And
he's like,
they're
are you
not going to
scared?
get
He's like,
to
no,
me.
this isn't bad. I don't care. And he's like, shut the fuck up.
He's got 20 grand on his mind.
Yeah, but he ain't winning it.
No.
So he does this, but then he's pissed, and he decides to try to expose Russ and the Manor on Facebook. This guy hacks into Russ's email.
Yeah, he commits fraud. Nobody cares.
By the way, he's admitting it on camera. I'm like, why are you admitting this on camera too?
Yeah,
but
Russ can go after him.
Illegally, torture him in court. He found out that Russ wasn't paying his taxes on his barn. I think that's one of his torture chambers.
Yeah.
So he wanted to expose that. Then other Facebook groups start popping up to try to support this anti-Russ movement. But then Russ's supporters online are just as insane as him, and they're going after the haters. They're doxing people, giving their addresses.
Oh, shit.
You imagine the people who support this kind of thing, what they're going to do to you online?
Insane. I mean, they're gonna expose every single part of your everything. We're gonna know what size your nuts are. That's how bad.
I bet
Russ knows. Trying
to
make this to stop dinging.
Russ puts them in a vice. People are signing petitions against Russ, like thousands of people that try to shut him down. I think this caused a lot of pressure on him, so he had to pack up his whole torture circus, and he starts working at Walmart in the garden center. And the cameraman thinks he works in the garden center at Walmart so he can recruit people to come to the Manor. It's like, hey, you like those poinsettias? How about you come over to my house and get tortured for a few hours?
The whole thing is out of fucking control.
I like the one girl was like a YouTube influencer, and she's like, y'all, I think Russ McKamey works at this Walmart. Yeah. I'm going to go in. And she goes in, and he's like, that'll be $5.98. She pays, and she's like, I thought I was going to be confrontational. And y'all, I saw that evil up close. I backed down.
I really thought that he was. I think I saw that video on TikTok. I swear to God, it was weird because I remember her saying he works here, and I was like, "Who are they talking about?" Because you just flip, you don't think about it. But I remember the angle and everything, that it was like low like that. She was so nervous to film him. But I love that she found out like he's in my neighborhood. She said, and he's working at Walmart. This is how he's supporting, but he's retired. So I guess retired, or maybe the tax thing. He had to get a job.
I get scared that I can't get jobs because if you Google me, just some things I've said. This guy could go to Walmart and get hired. All the shit he has online, a simple Google search where you're like, this guy's torturing people. This guy's insane. They're like, Walmart wants you on board. Come on down.
Oh my God, that is absolutely insane.
Do you think when he's in the garden center, he's just looking at that soil and he's like, oh, I want to pour this over that lady's face so bad?
He's stealing it. He's stealing it. And then he's watching people walk through and he's like, I'm going to put mulch in her eyes. Like, that's crazy.
He's just standing there with a shovel. Hey. Excuse me?
Can I help you?
Welcome to Walmart. You want to quit? Wait, what? Oh, sorry. That's my other job. That's my side hustle.
That's my other job. That's so great.
Comes in with blood on his uniform. He's like, oh, sorry. I had a live one at the house earlier.
Excuse me. Let me put my apron over that. But my thing is, like, he's showing video of people all beaten and bloodied. The one girl that complained, that works for him, his little assistant, she had blood dripping down her face. Like, what the fuck? What did she think it was? She's like, oh, he's putting something warm on me now. How did you not know? How do you? I don't know. How do you do just so overwhelmed more than once? Yeah.
You're so overstimulated by everything going on that you're just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
The cameraman says there's 3 Russes, 3 versions. You got the fun-loving Russ, which we did not see at all. I
didn't see him.
You got the scary Russ, who we saw a lot.
Yeah.
And then you have the real Russ, he said, who has so much wrong in his head that it comes out in the haunt. But isn't that also part of the scary Russ? I don't know.
Well, the real Russ, please stand up. Please stand up. I mean,
I'm standing.
He's not
full attention.
I think that
we got a sick puppy. He said that about one of the women. We got a real sick puppy here. Like,
and then is that the one? Was she the influencer where he was like whispering in her ear and then like telling her sex stuff in the hotel room?
He's like, you got a nice neck. Look at that neck.
What the fuck? Because she was so into it, and she's doing like her push-ups and doing all the shit. He said to do lunges. He said to do this, that, and the other thing. And then she was all into it. And then she was just like, wait, is he coming on to me? And I'm like, wait, did you think he wasn't gonna?
That's on page 39 of the waiver. If I harass you in any way, it's cool.
She didn't make it to 39. She only did 33. That was it. She's like, you know what? That's my lucky number.
She was honored because he dubbed her the Abyss Queen. I think he must have put her in some sort of pit. And he's like, the fans love you. You're the Abyss Queen. I was like, what is this, like a stripper name? Give it up for the Abyss Queen.
Coming to the main stage, the PTSD Abyss Queen. But she literally...
covered in shit.
Yeah, she's swinging around the pole. But she was another one. She's like, she kept saying like, millions of people watched me. I can't let them down. I have millions of people watching me. I'm like, let them down. You're letting yourself down.
Remember in school or in your house and your parents or teacher would say like, this is the kind of attention you don't want. Like, remember that as a kid? Hey, lady, this is the kind of attention you don't want.
You definitely don't want this. This is not the right attention.
There's other forms of attention. This is not it.
Try anal beats.
She's like, I loved having fans get in touch with it. What are they saying? Like, oh, when Russ was shoving that thing in your face, that was awesome. Great job.
When the camera went dark, we were kind of still there, waiting. We don't know what was happening, neither do you, but you're fine. I think it was great. It ended perfectly. She has
God,
no
are you
idea.
the Abyss Queen? Can I have your autograph? People are recognizing her. What kind of YouTube has so many sub niches that are just it's a great
I gotta find
box.
One. Yeah. I gotta get 1 million followers.
This lady goes back, by the way, for more to Russ. Yeah. Like she went for a one time and he's like, you want to come back?
That's what I'm saying.
And she's like, oh, definitely.
People have gone back multiple times and I'm like, now you're just fucking asking for it. Like, I don't want to be one of the haters, if you will, but now you're asking for it. Now you're just like, you know what it entails. You know what you have to go through. You know how you feel after, and you're like, I want to do it again. Fucking idiot.
Her second session with Russ seems scarier because he keeps her up for 26 hours, then brings her in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's like, this is going to be one-on-one. My crew's not going to... I'm like, that seems scarier that there's no one there to be like, hey, Russ, you're going to look too far. She falls asleep, and then she has no idea what happened during that time.
Nothing. But they were live. They were live or something. Or at least...
But I think he edited it or something. She said there was like some weird edit where she's like, I don't know what happened. And he's like, oh, yeah, there's something I wish I could have filmed, but I didn't. And she's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I couldn't film it. He didn't say, like, the camera broke or anything. He goes, I just wish I got that on film. Where the fuck was the camera? I don't. Yeah, that's shady. That's shady as hell.
One of these people said, go ahead.
I was just going to say, people were speaking other languages hating him. And I was like, oh, this is national?
International villain.
International.
One of the people said the purpose of this is to make you grow, and I was like, in what way? I don't get. How do you grow from this?
This is stunting your growth. This isn't growing. This is stunting your growth.
Go to like a yoga retreat or something. Go fucking
do hot yoga. Do hot yoga and take a laxative. You'll have a blast.
At least go walk over the fire with Tony Robbins and get third-degree burns on your feet. It's a little better than this.
Yeah. Get some third-degree burns and then come over.
The military guy talking about... Because the military guy is like, I like these experiences. I just don't like Russ's experience. That's basically his take. Yeah, and he said, look at these scars. He's still doing it. He's like, my heart's beating through my chest. It's freaking awesome. Like, is it, dude? It's not. So they end with this guy, the military guy, and the Abyss Queen.
Yeah.
Go to this like a haunt experience that they say is like, this is the good one. These are some of the good guys in the business. The military guy is getting tased. They're shooting him with like beanbag guns at close range.
By the way, I could barely watch
believe it.
what they were doing. I could barely watch.
It was very hard to watch.
Yeah.
He was in agony.
And the girl's just screaming. I'm like, I don't see how this is helping. I don't understand. I don't understand
The only
what
difference
part of your
is that
psyche this is helping.
This one had a guy in a ski mask just constantly going, "Do you consent? Do you still consent?"
And then he took it off. This is the part that freaked me out. Took it off.
This part was the stupidest. I was so upset at this.
He got so close.
Well, no, because they say the whole time, he says, your name now is Jay. Everyone is Jay for some reason. I'm like, why Jay? And he's like, your name is Jay. Okay, what's your name? And she's like, Jay. And he's like, okay, Jay. And then he's like, and then he says to the guy, what's your name? My name is Jay. And then I'm like,
what's my name?
Say my name, bitch.
There was this comic, John Caponera. He used to have a bit that was like he's like, my wife came in and she's like, John. He's like, what's my name? She goes, elephant cock. This is so stupid.
That's what I would have said. I would have said that in this thing.
EC. Yeah. I mean, just him screaming. Then he got real close to her. Then he was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then they touched foreheads, and I was like,
no, he goes, who are you?
Fuck? Oh, yeah.
He goes, who are you? She said, Jay. He takes his mask off. It's like a big, deep moment. And then he says, who do you want to be? And she's like, I want to be me. And then they like hug. And I'm like, I'm like, you're hugging this guy who just,
and then
like a cattle prod up your asshole?
Exactly. After he's hugging her on the bench, and I'm like, this is the same shit. You're saying this guy's better? Because what? He don't put you in a hole? But he's not. It's no better. It's the same shit.
He's still sick that he feels the need to do this to people.
Also, they have to stop calling it a haunted house. That is not a haunted house. That is a thrill seeker. That is something completely different. That's not haunt. You're using the word wrong.
None of these look like a house. People. They look like warehouses, fields. Yeah. Like these aren't houses.
Yeah. But you're supposed to scare people, not merely kill people. It's different. Like, it's a thrill, like getting scared to jump. Like, okay, that scared the shit out of me, whatever. But not, I'm going to put you in a hole and put shit on you. That's weird. That's that's a whole nother level.
After the ski mask man tells her, because they're really palling around in the dressing, wherever they are, after room, and he's like, right, you did awesome. Great job. And I'm like, great job. Who needs, the reinforcement from this moron? And then also to be like, thank you so much. That means a lot. Like, thank you. I feel good about myself.
Thank you. You're really bringing me to myself. I love it. I thank you so much.
When you had the car battery attached to my nipples and you were shocking me, thank you.
I really felt charged. I really felt like you could put your key in me and start the ignition. It would work.
I want to be me. I don't want to be Jay. I was like, what the? You're trying to find meaning from this? There's no meaning. By the way, this is meaningless.
I want to be anybody but me.
Yeah.
That's how I would yell.
By the way, stand-up comics we feel worse about ourselves than everyone in this thing.
Yeah. You want to fucking torture. You want to go into a torture chamber. Just be a comic. This right here. This torture chamber. Oh my God.
Limit our lives for like a month and you'll be tapping out.
I did a private gig last night and I was driving home hoping I got run over by a fucking semi-truck. Like, honest to God, it was... What a Christmas gift. I mean, it was fun, but it was hard, but it was crazy. And I was just what are we doing?
You'd say you want to be me.
Yeah, I was like, I want to be out of here. I want to be anywhere but here.
Were you saying safe words on stage? Please, someone stop
It almost got to that point. One guy, I go, what do you do? He goes, I kill people. I go, this is great. This is perfect. And it was like all like kind of criminal, whatever. It wasn't a prison, but they're close.
Jesus.
And
did you do a mob holiday party?
None of my business what I did last night. Right. But okay. I took the money and I ran. And the guy gave me his number and then he whispered in my ear, he goes, I am a killer. And I'm like, awesome.
Pretty good. Was it
Could
Russ?
you meet me in the parking lot and finish the job? Yeah, it was crazy.
Would you do Russ's Manor for $1 million?
No, I wouldn't even make eye contact with Russ.
No, I would. I want nothing to do with Russ. I want to see
$1 million.
Russ tortured,
No, million's not enough. Inflation's too high. So if you went a little higher, maybe.
I don't think
$1 million. No,
it just seems like agony. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I like pain. I do like to inflict pain. I mean, not like that, but you know what I'm saying. I was like, Eleanor, shh. This isn't your therapist. This isn't BetterHelp.com.
Eleanor's
this is
secrets.
Jeff. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like I like to work out, like go push myself, and then like, you know, be in pain the next day. But it's like a good hurt. Does that make sense? But like, this is like signing up for something. I don't know. I don't get it. I didn't like the whole fucking thing.
In the end one, the one that they say, like, this is a good one, there was a lady's boobies, and she just starts, like, I was like, how does this feel? Like, she started, like, kissing the guy. I was like, wait, what? What is this? They're like, oh, take that away. Get it. He's like, no, please, come back.
Haters are going to hate. You know, that's what happens.
I didn't, and I bet there's still people signing up. How crazy was it at the very end of this? They had some, like, 68-year-old nurse who was like, I've been to Russ's Manor. It's great. That old woman?
God. Yeah.
I couldn't believe. I was like, I can't believe she survived.
I can't believe she passed the medical test. And there was one girl who was like, I just have to get through this. I'm having surgery in a couple weeks. Like, wait, what? No, don't go to this. I'm having heart surgery, I think she said, or something. I'm like,
at Russ's.
Don't
Russ is
do
doing
this.
It.
Yeah.
With a rusty.
His new cameraman is doing it.
By the way, if you're trying to get in with Russ, like, you have to send him a reel of, like, here's some things I've shot. Like, Russ pissed me off so bad. He goes, and I am a bit of a filmmaker because I do film all that. A filmmaker? This is film? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It's like Jackass on steroids. Like, it's unbelievable. Yeah, that's not. You're not. Oh, and the
one woman submitted tape of herself eating night crawlers covered in mustard and
hanging upside down, mustard and
toothpaste.
Toothpaste. I was like, that's gonna be a new condiment at McDonald's. Holy shit! On a
and she's
night
like, I had to push the envelope. I really. She wanted to be like, I'm worthy to get in.
Yeah,
He wants you in. You don't have to do anything.
There's no test here. He just wants. He wants you. Oh my! I hated it. I wouldn't recommend it, the haunted house or the documentary, because I hate it. I hated both sides of them. I hated the people who did it. I hated the people who were running it. So
it is like, who do I root for? Really, there is really no one to root for.
Yeah, there's no good guy in this. There's no good. But I mean, I get it. They're upset, but they did it. They did it. Go rat.
Yeah.
Ratter's gonna rat.
Going to these. I'm going to these in 2024. That's my resolution. I'm gonna start getting into the immersive scene, and we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. You know what? I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna be the camera
it'll be on
person.
my new Instagram. It'll be on there.
Your new Instagram handle. What are you gonna post first? What's your first post gonna be?
I don't know. It's so much pressure on the first post.
A lot of pressure, Jeff. A lot of pressure. You better get it together.
Maybe a picture of Russ. Maybe Russ just looking at the camera.
I like that. Just a picture of you covered in shit from Russ. And it says, love
in my
Russ.
Backyard.
You put in there, love
Merry
Russ.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Russ.
But make sure you put an X, because there's no Christ in any of this.
Okay, I'll put Xmas.
Yeah. My mother hates
triple
that.
Xmas.
Yeah.
It's the reason for the season.
Yeah, 'tis the season to be thrallied. Do you recommend this?
I think if you want to kind of get into it, or just want to get in, look at a crazy, deviant world, check it out.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but I didn't hate it.
I got to get my niece's take. I got to see what she says. I'll ask her.
She might be headed over there.
No. I won't let her. I will not let her. No, I was kidding.
All right, everybody. Merry Christmas, if that's what you're into.
Yes, Merry Christmas with the Christ in it. Sorry, Jeff,
Happy
but
New
you know
Year.
what I'm saying. Is this lit up? Is this not turned up right?
No, it's lit
great.
up.
The whole time? The whole time? Merry Christmas to you guys there, Rob. I don't know if you're by yourself or whoever, but to everybody, and Happy New Year. And we'll see you after the New Year, right?
Yeah, we're going to take a few weeks off, and we'll come back with a
figure it out.
vengeance.
It's going to be exciting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all your help. Now I can see it in the thing that it wasn't lit up, the green. Great. Oh, Eleanor!